Good afternoon. Welcome to the board meeting of the Teachers Retirement Board, May 16th, 2024. I'll start by calling the roll. Brian Berge.
Brian Berge, representing Mayor Eric Adams, present.
Thomas Brown.
Good afternoon, Patricia.
Good afternoon. Karina Apollo.
Present.
Allison Hirsch.
Present, representing Controller Brethren.
David Gazansky.
Present.
Victoria Lee.
Present.
We have a quorum. Next will be an update on TRS operations from Kavita Kenmore.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
TRS recently concluded a mailing to over 36,000 participants in the TDA program who are due a required minimum distribution in 2024. To date, almost 9,000 of these members, which is about 24%, have already filed their RMD election for the year. Regarding member newsletters, TRS has completed work on the spring editions of our member newsletters. Benefits reports for retirees and in-service news for non-retired members will be published on our website next week. Members will receive copies in the mail in June. Finally, TRS has received 560 applications so far for the retirement after the school year. Members can withdraw their applications up until one day before their chosen retirement date. We will continue to report on this summer retirement filings later. Thank you.
Would you be able to send that to
Yes.
us? Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is the executive director's report. And the first item there is the matter of the next meeting. And it's been suggested that the next regular meeting of the Teachers Retirement Board be held on the third Thursday of the month, June 20th, 2024. So please mark the calendars.
Yes.
Next is a resolution. The resolution for the authorization of rebalancing of funds for the New York City Teachers Retirement System. Whereas,
Please get to the result.
thank you. Resolved that the board adopts the actuary's recommendation and authorizes TRS staff to effectuate the internal rebalancing described above in accordance with such regulations.
Thank you. And do we have a motion? So moved. And a second?
Second.
Then seconded. All those in favor of authorization of rebalancing of funds for TRS, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? And the motion has passed. Thank you.
Pardon the interruption. May I please know who's speaking when you're making the statement? Thank you.
What was that? We can't hear you. I think it was the stenographer.
That's this, yes, Tom, we have a new stenographer, so when everyone speaks, can they just state their name before? Thank you.
Okay. So the next resolution is the administrative budget for fiscal year 2025.
Please get to the result.
Resolved that TRS agency budget for fiscal year 2025, excluding Security Act Roth, shall include an amount of $25,610,858 attributable to the variable annuity programs and loan expense funds, and $52,853,782 attributable to the employer for the total agency budget, excluding the Secure Act Roth program, of $78,464,640. And be it further resolved, the TRS agency budget for fiscal year 2025 shall include the Secure Act Roth project in the amount of $3,500,000 to be provided by the TDA Variable Annuity Expense Fund. And be it further resolved that the trustees hereby authorize the executive director or her designee to expend monies out of such budget to fund necessary operations in accordance with the approved budget and governing law.
Thank you. I'm Tom Brown. And do I have a motion to accept the reso?
So moved.
And is there a second?
Second.
Any questions?
Mr. Chair, may I be recognized for a moment?
Sure.
So I would just like to say on behalf of,
Your name for the.
I'm Brian Berge, hi.
Brian Berg.
You have to vote?
I'd just like to say on behalf of the mayor's office and the Office of Management and Budget, we look at these very carefully. It's not always a pleasant process, but it's very valuable process to us. I'd like to thank Patricia and Rosa for their hard work on delivering a budget that, in our opinion, is prudent and fiscally sound, and we will be happily voting in favor of this budget today. So thank you very much for your hard work.
Great.
Thank you.
Motion has been seconded. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor of the reso to accept the administrative budget for fiscal year 2025, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. Abstentions, let the record show that this reso has passed. Thank you.
Okay, so next on the agenda is the calendar. And the first item on the calendar is the approval of the following minutes. April 4th, 2024 investment meeting minutes and the April 18th, 2024 board meeting minutes.
And do I have a motion to accept? We'll do this together. Do I have a motion to accept the April 4th, 2024 investment meeting minutes and the April 18th, 2024 board meeting minutes?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been motioned. It's been seconded. Any questions, comments? All those in favor of this, of accepting the investment meeting minutes and the board meeting minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? Let the record show that the minutes for both investment meeting and board meeting minutes have passed. Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is the matter of the calendar items. And you've all received an electronic version of the calendar items for your review.
Please waive the reading.
Great. Is there a motion to accept the calendar items?
So moved.
Great. Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments about the calendar item? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? And this calendar items have been accepted and approved. Thank you.
Next on the agenda is other business. The first item is the draft date for the 2024 through 2025 board meeting minutes. There has been some requests for review of the Thursday, October 3rd, 2024 date, the Thursday, January 2nd, 2025, Thursday, February 27th, 2025, and Thursday, June 26th, 2025. So
Do you want to get your calendar? Do you want
You
to
wanna
do this now, or do you have any alternative for Thursday, October 3rd?
On the bottom.
it's on the bottom, I'm sorry.
Oh,
So October 3rd
I
falls
see.
on Rosh
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hashanah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So we're suggesting
I see it.
October 10th.
Yes. October 10th is good. Brian, yeah, October 10th is good for you as well.
Right now. Oh,
I didn't see that.
The NICER's Board of Trustee meeting, that will not be possible.
It's not
We've
possible.
split up before, like last week, there was a.
How much do you care about me personally?
We want to.
Last week of the investment meeting, Kevin ably represented Milky while you, and I ably represented the controller's office while you and I held down the fort at NICER.
I will accommodate my colleagues at the board, but just know what you're missing. We will make it work.
Okay,
Well,
great.
thank you for that.
And then
January 9th.
the January 12th.
January 9th is probably the same issue, honestly. No, it's not, except we don't have a calendar for NICER.
Yeah, but presumably.
Presumably that would be the same issue. The second Thursday of the month is the NICER regular.
Oh, okay. So
Sensing a
you'll just
pattern
make that
here,
work?
everyone. Yes, I'll just make that work.
The third Thursday, February 20th is in the middle of winter recess.
So Thursday, February 27th is the recommended date, not the date that we have to move?
No, it says
Oh, there
February
is.
27th. That
Yeah.
seems to work.
Yeah, February 27th seems to work.
Oh, okay.
Because midwinter break is the week before.
Yeah,
Correct.
I'm not aware of any problem with February, so.
Right, yes.
And
So, yeah.
June 26th.
What is the?
Oh, I see, June 26th is
Oh,
also,
kind of
is the recommended date.
Exactly.
And what is June 26th?
It's the recommended date, because the week before is
The
Juneteenth.
26th is the recommended.
Yeah, that's like roughly the last day of school. It's not the
Usually the last day of school is the Wednesday. God forbid you, maybe it's the last day of school.
That's
This,
getting there.
this week, this month, this June's meeting is on the last day of school.
Except for seventh graders in Norris School, I learned today, I'm getting off in June 12th.
What?
Yeah. we'll talk about
Okay,
that.
off the
So,
record.
So June 26th might not work for us if that's the last, if the Wednesday's the last day.
June 26th might not work. So we'll check our calendars and get
All right,
back.
yeah, get back to us on that. All right, thank you.
But we settled the other dates, correct? Yeah. That's good. Okay.
And the next item is fiduciary training on June 6th.
So just a reminder, and we'll send out an email reminder, we are having fiduciary training June 6th before the board meeting, so it would be at 9:30 a.m. So the trustees were on a 2-year cycle for formal fiduciary training of trustees. And time's up for that training. Groom will provide the training.
And we do want to point out that our regulated DFS does ask us for an attendance sheet for fiduciary training. So if you miss it, well, that will be part of their order.
June
Yeah,
6th,
so-
we'll say 9:30, you said,
Yeah,
right?
yes,
Okay.
all trustees, all alternates should attend that training.
And
you
alternates.
and alternates,
You're gonna send us a meeting
people
invite?
can join remotely, but yes,
Yeah, okay, you're gonna send a meeting invite?
yes.
Okay.
So Valerie, even like, I have an alternate who I don't believe has ever been here. And I don't anticipate being here.
He's been
He's been
designated.
designated as a
But he-
possible
but he
alternate,
could-
but he's never in fact here. It's more of an emergency.
Yeah, but if he's an alternate, and someday he may end up showing up.
Yeah,
He
he
should be
has
there.
the ability to, it's not, such a burden.
I will
Shouldn't
do
feel
what I can. He works in another part of DOF, so I don't actually control his schedule. So I'll do what I can to.
And again, he'll have the ability to join.
Sure. Thank you.
Maybe go back to our calendars for next year, and we propose perhaps instead of Thursday, June 26th, which may be our last day of the school year, what about June 12th? Thursday before, would that work?
Regular June 12th. I think it's gonna be the same this year.
Can we take that back and just, we can look at whether it's an issue, just because that's very far away. and we need to
Okay,
discuss it.
okay, so we'll work on it.
Very likely.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you,
So,
appreciate it.
Next on the agenda
Also, what's
is,
the timer?
next on the agenda is questions or comments from the public. Would you like to speak?
Yeah, if you would like. Hi, thank you so much.
Just
my-
identify yourself for the
Yes.
recorder.
Hi, my name is Leah. I'm a school social worker and a DOE employee. I've been a TRS member for now 13 years. If you want to share?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, I'm Ronnie Almonte. I'm a high school teacher and I have been for the past 10 years.
We're here today. We wanted to share a letter with you. Also have letters to give to you as well. But to the board members of the teacher retirement system, Thomas Brown, Brian Berg, Gregory Faulkner, David Kazansky, Brad Lander, and Victoria Lee. We, as rank and file members of the UFT and the PSC CUNY, call on the teachers retirement system of New York City to divest from all Israeli bonds and holdings. We refuse to have our retirement savings aid, abet, and profit from occupation, apartheid, and genocide in Palestine. The settler colonial state of Israel's 75 years of violence, dispossession, human rights abuses, and ethnic cleansing has been well documented by many UN organizations and international rights organizations, including Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch. These abuses have intensified exponentially since October 7th, leading to unprecedented levels of death, injury, and displacement. As of early May 2024, The Titan siege and bombardment of Gaza has killed over 34,000 civilians, including 14,500 children. Nearly 10,000 people are reported missing under rubble. Hospitals, schools, residential blocks, and refugee camps have been bombed. Severe limitations on humanitarian aid, including food, water, fuel, electricity, medical supplies, and internet access, have led to catastrophic levels of food insecurity. Over 600,000 children in Gaza are out of school as the education system and infrastructure have been completely destroyed. Over 1.9 million people, 85% of Gaza's total population, have been displaced as a result of Israel's military campaign.
And it's in this context of ongoing, and Rangel Monte, again, thank you. It's in this context of ongoing and escalating genocidal violence that we, the rank and file members of the UFT and PSC CUNY, heed the call of, for example, the Palestinian General Federation of Trade Unions to demand that TRS New York City, our pension system, divest from all Israeli securities, which are inextricably tied to the genocide against Palestinians. So as of June 2023, TRS New York City holds approximately $71 million in Israeli securities, which is 0.0331% of its entire portfolio. And these investments include over $2.5 million in State of Israel bonds, which directly funds Israel's military forces and illegal activities, which include the ongoing and indiscriminate bombardment of Gaza by Israeli military forces, the creation of 279 illegal settlements in the West Bank, the unlawful, indefinite administrative detention of Palestinian citizens, the 16-year-long land, sea, and air blockade of Gaza, which has restricted the flow of people, goods, energy, and clean water into Gaza. Over $1.8 million in NICE Ltd, a company that profits from technology used to surveil protesters and activists and has contracts with the NYPD and other police departments across the country. And around $500,000 in ICO, a chemical manufacturer that produces white phosphorus for American projectiles. The US Army then provides these projectiles to Israeli forces to kill and injure Palestinians in besieged Gaza. This investment has lost over 25% of its value since it was purchased by TRS New York City, showing that investment in genocide is not only morally reprehensible, but also not always profitable. There is substantial precedent for TRS New York City, this body, to divest from entities that are complicit in human rights violations. TRS New York City voted to divest from apartheid South Africa in 1985, from gun and ammunition manufacturers in 2013, from private prisons in 2017, and from fossil fuels in 2018. Most recently in March 2022, New York City Comptroller Brad Lander successfully called for all 5 of New York City's public pension systems to divest from Russian securities. He hailed the divestments as an act of solidarity against a vicious and unjust war that continues to be waged on Ukraine, driving deaths, destruction, and displacement of civilians. So we call on the New York City Comptroller and the TRS New York City Board of Trustees, you, to have such moral clarity today. We ask that you publicly acknowledge that you have received this letter and respond to the demands outlined that I just outlined above here urgently, given the immediacy of the ongoing occupation, apartheid, and genocide in Palestine. We also ask that you meet with rank and file members of the UFT and PSC CUNY to discuss the demands. You can contact us at the email that's listed here in this letter, which you just received a copy, New York City ed4palestine@gmail.com. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for
And if
coming.
you'd be interested in having a conversation now, initial thoughts, we are here. We'd love to hear them.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming up. Appreciate it. Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
We're ready.
I need my luggage. So the upward transition. We wanted to acknowledge that today is the very
May I ask who's
last
speaking?
meeting.
May
I'm
I ask
sorry,
who's
this is
speaking?
Allison Hirsch.
Oh, okay, thank you.
This is the very last meeting of Comrade David Kuzansky of this board, my fellow comrade. And on behalf of the Controller's Office and the Controller, we wanted to thank you for your years of service to this board and your humor and friendship. And we wrote a little commendation for you that you now have to carry home with you, and I'm gonna read it into the record. And if any of the facts are wrong, it's John Dorsey's fault, and all the funny parts are my fault, obviously. City of New York Office of the Controller presented to David Kuzansky for 30 years of service to the City of New York. For dedication to public service as exemplified through his role as pension counselor of the United Federation of Teachers. For inspiring generations of children as an active New York City teacher, for outstanding contributions to the lives of teacher members and retirees of the City of New York, through diligent oversight of the assets of the teachers' retirement system of the City of New York, for the intelligence, wit, and candor, for his tireless devotion to TRS members, Fish, and the Grateful Dead, that has earned him the respect and admiration of his peers, for his ability to keep everyone from bouncing around the room, no matter the fee, and always taking time to smell the sugar magnolias and scarlet begonias, for gaining the trust, appreciation, and gratitude of his colleagues, and for his tremendous contributions to the City of New York.
Oh, that's so cool.
Nelson.
Oh, picture, John. Should we do it with Tom and Victoria?
Sure.
Tom and Victoria, let's do it. No? You want in? We would
It's
go.
your
Okay,
combination,
fine,
but
it's my
I'm happy
guy's
to
true.
jump in. Yes.
It's true, I can barely get, you guys.
Move your head a little closer.
Thank you.
Am I supposed to sing to serve with love?
You are.
Yeah,
It's on the agenda.
That's great. And I'd like to say something as well for the record. I've worked with David for 9 years. And it's been an absolute pleasure. You have the opportunity to attend many meetings, travel around the country, always defending the defined benefit pension plans. David has always acted as a true fiduciary, always had the interest of our members. Anytime we debated anything, he would always say, how would this benefit our members? He's taken care of a lot of specific issues with our members, helping members. You'll be missed. And I wish you all the best of success in what you're planning to do now and in the future. I'm gonna miss hearing stories about all those concert groups that I've never heard of in my life. No, it's not just Fish, it's a lot, it's more than that. I don't know half of this stuff that he talks about, but it was great working with you, David, for 9 years. You brought life into the meetings, and this board will miss you. And I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
So, sorry, Brian Berge here on behalf of the mayor's office. I can't seem to get a key to the commendation print shop in the mayor's office, but I nonetheless want to acknowledge your razor sharp intelligence, your razor sharp wit. Absolute pleasure to work with. We'll miss you tremendously, and I'm sure that the future holds. I don't know if it's possible to hold better things than being on the TRS board, but equally good things.
There you go. Thank you, Brian.
Any other comments?
And stay behind for we have some cake.
Oh, wow. Thank you. So I think that concludes our business here at this board meeting. So do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Kazansky. And do I hear a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Lee. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? There, we'll hear this for the last time. Thank you.